All right.
Dimo, how would you sum up that performance overall?
Oh, there's some things we liked in it, but there's some things that we're disappointed, really. Like, at the end of the day, you've got to beat the Bulldogs in clearance. That's our one wood. And, today we were disappointed in that facet of the game. Centre bounce so important on a wet day and go down 8-16. It sort of summarises the game, really. Then you're attacking from the back half, which is really tough. So there's some things that we'll enjoy and we will build on, but primarily we're just beaten in that facet of the game today.
You had a fantastic second quarter, obviously. Obviously, weren't able to go on with that. Conditions or?
Yeah, a bit of both. Like, I thought the conditions probably, got really, really heavy after half time, and ball got, harder and harder to control, and I thought they probably handled it a little bit better around the scrimmages than we did. So, there's some challenges in there that we've just got to get better at.
How did Josh take not being the sub today? I think Tiki said it was always the plan to bring him as the sub today. How did he respond to that, and how do you think he went with it?
He was fine. I think what we've got to do is, for some unknown reason, he was always within the 23, but we've got to name people out of the 23 for God knows what reason. I'm not too sure. So it'd just be nice if the AFL could do something about that so it doesn't create a big story, if that makes sense. I think it's ridiculous that we've got to do it and we need to get it fixed. It's farcical that we've got to do it, really.
Have you raised that with the AFL before?
Yeah, over the last 2 years, to be fair. So
yeah.
I'm not sure why we do it. It's baffling. I sit there and try to, who's in, who's out? I don't understand it.
So that was always sort of the intention for him to play as a sub?
Yep.
Yeah. And Jack, are you able to talk us through that decision?
It's the same. Like, end of the day, we've got guys that are, mid-30s sort of thing, so they're not going to be able to play every game, and we don't want them to play every game. So the players have got a good understanding of that. We've gone through it, they understand it, we understand it. I think it's one thing that our industry probably hasn't got their head around. We want to keep the good players going for longer, if that makes sense. So it means they're not going to play 22 games. It's really, really hard. The game's as hard as it's ever been. So you can sit there and keep trying to do it, and we can keep getting injuries, or we can sit there and try and manage those guys and try and get them right for, hopefully the pointy part of the season.
Did you look at Geelong as a bit of a blueprint last year? Joel Selwood sat out a lot of...
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a bit of a copycat league in the way they did it, and some of our players are getting, that way inclined with their age. So we want to keep those guys around because they're really, really important. We don't want them sitting on the sidelines injured.
How'd you see Samson Ryan's game then in conditions that probably didn't
I probably saw him like all the other key forwards, mate. Challenged, pretty wet.
And Tom Lynch, are you worried he might be in a bit of trouble for that incident with Alex Keith?
What for?
Alex Keith was concussed.
Hey?
Alex Keith was concussed.
Yeah, from what though?
There was an incident. There was a collision.
Yeah, what you're saying, an incident? I don't know what incident are you talking about. The one.
There was an incident in the first quarter.
Yeah, in a marking contest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who knows?
That was raised on the broadcast that he might be in trouble.
It's raised on the broadcast, is it? So that's. But I've listened to the broadcast recently. They're not great. Anyway.
You don't feel like there's anything in it then, judging by...
What, for being tough in the contest? And no, I wouldn't have thought. Yeah, he hurt his hamstring, obviously, which is disappointing. So, how long he was, we're not too sure. He doesn't think it's as significant as he's had previously, but, I thought he's pretty important with his link-up run. So we'll see how it goes.
Lynch obviously came back on, but we were a little bit worried when he went off and it went down the
greens. Yeah, of course. And, these are the sort of things that, it's a pretty tough, even contest at the moment. So you want your best players available to play. And look, obviously Tom went down for a period of time and, he finished the game, but where that sits in for next week, I'm not too sure.
Quite a few injuries in the VFL as well. Robbie Tarrant went down among a few others.
Yeah, so we had, Robbie hurt his hip again, which is disappointing. He's worked hard to try and get back, but he lasted I think 3 or 4 minutes, and a couple of other boys are pretty sore also. So yeah, we've got a few challenges, but sides that go through these stages, and ours is hitting us now.
And just back on Jack, is the plan for him to definitely come back in next week?
Oh well, the presumption is yes, but once again we'll work our way through, and that's always the method of operation. I suppose he misses the 1 week and freshens up and then comes back in. So we'll see how that pans out.
Beautiful. Thanks.